Hello everybody, this is Japhet from the Art of Trading, and I am back with another daily top 10 video where we analyze our trending stocks objectively and look at the story behind the price action movements of the stocks. So if you're new to the channel and you want to be notified with my daily upload, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. And at the same time, if you're a returning viewer, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Let's get to 25 likes today with this video, and it helps us a lot with the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and it helps with the exposure of our videos. So let's get right into our Instagrams account right here. So if you haven't followed me, don't forget to hit that follow as well. I post my charts over there. If you don't, if you're more active on Instagrams, I post my charts over there as well as when my new video comes up. So I post the update over there as well. So let's move to our market summary. Let's quickly look at that. I am mostly looking at the foreign net for today, which is at 100 million positive. So that's a good sign. And our market moved on the upside, gaining 16 points change. So that's okay. That's a good movement on the upside, maintaining that upward movement while, turning up positive on most of our sectors except for finance and industrial. But overall, we look at our charts and it did make a positive movement today, even with the low of 7,073 points, but it had a high of about 7,159 points. But we closed right around the middle at 7,082 points, 16 points above yesterday's. And we did see here on our candlesticks the movement where it tried to break above and close above this range of our 7,000 to 7,100 point range, but it failed to do so. It got rejected right here. So I'm expecting some sort of a pullback, most likely right here. We just got rejected. We got wicked out so hard. So we shall see where the market takes us, but I'm hoping that it builds some sort of a level right here in the middle instead of going all the way down here in our 6,800 6,900 point range, because if that happens, we're gonna be in this consolidation phase for quite a while. Hopefully this is just a minor pullback right here around 6,900 levels before rallying back up onto the upside. So hopefully we don't get rejected too much on the upside, and hopefully we are not gonna be just creating a lower high and then going on a huge downside. How do you call this? Yeah, huge move on the downside, I mean. So let's see what happens. This rejection has happened for the second time now. Look at this big wick on the upside. So I'm hoping that it doesn't go this low for PSE, and hopefully just find some level of support right here on our major key level at 6,800 to 6,900 points. But best case scenario would be a range right here, but never touching this again, so that we can continue on our move on the upside. So let's get on our first trending stock, and you know which one it is. It's Dito. Everyone's talking about this because it held our range at around 15 pesos. We drew this a few days ago when it first started rallying, and if we go to our 1 hour time frame, it held our support right here at 1580 to 1620. We closed at 1710, so we are about to break this resistance right here, which is our all-time high. It's gonna 52-week high, I mean. It's gonna try and break that 17.3 level right there. So hopefully it does. But this move from this bounce right here on our range, on our support range, that held up. So we could see if we shall see tomorrow if it gets rejected or if it breaks above. If it does break above, where we're looking for a pullback. at that all-time high price. But yeah, so we don't know what would happen. It could still get rejected and retrace our level of support right here at 15.8 to 16.2. So we shall watch out where this takes us. But if everyone's getting into this, we have a higher chance of breaking above and then maybe pulling back on this level. So that's a healthy move, but we shall see what happens. It could still get rejected at the 52-week high, and this negative 3 million today might be, a little sign of what could come. But this support held, so we might be looking at potentially a break above. It's closer to breaking above, but if it does get rejected, we know where to look at for our immediate support, which is this range. I have specified it right here so that you guys can easily see where it could go. So did break above our 14.75 resistance before, and yeah, this is its current immediate support level of support. So up next we have PHA. What happened to PHA? So this is what happened today. It closed above our major resistance right here at around 3 pesos. So it closed above there today. And if we go to our 1 hour time frame, we did see that the 3 peso level held up, and we are moving on the upside, breaking this short-term or piercing through our short-term resistance right here at around 3.12. So it closed at 3.13 with a positive 3 million net foreign, although it did go to as low as 2.88. We closed positively 6% on the upside, and this might be due to the fact that we're gonna have it's launching on February the 14th next week. So this support level held up, and now it's making this level of resistance become a support. So we're looking at the 3 peso to hold as a level of support, even if we see like a pullback right here in this. So we're watching out the 3 peso level. Don't forget that part. But it's a good huge candle towards the end. The last hour we went from about 304 to about 3.13 in that last hour towards closing. So that's a good sign. Powerful move for PHA. And up next we have APL. What do we have for APL? What a story for APL. So yesterday I posted about this, and I was looking for it to possibly break this resistance at 25.50, but instead of breaking the 25.50 resistance, we see the other option, which is reacting to this level and this level of, let me move this. So there was a gap right here. The gap is still there and it's still not filled, and so we are hoping for it to potentially be filled soon. So let's see what the price range is for this, 25.50 to around 28. So that's a huge gap. So we have a gap at 0.2550 to around 0.28. So that's a huge gap. And let me just put that there so that everyone can see on my next videos. That is the range that we're looking at. And it did option B, which we got a rejection on the upside towards the end of the market hours. So this is tough. I'm not sure if this will pull back to this whole level, but if we look at our 1 hour time frame, I hope that it respects these level of resistances to act as support. So I'm hoping that it creates a level right around this price point at 23. This is our 23 level area. So I hope that holds up. We could be seeing a pullback on this level, and I hope the best case scenario is it holds up there, wick out holds up there, and allows us to continue going on the upside. But yeah, this is a huge pullback, most likely from this huge rally since a couple days ago. So it just kept rallying up and even touched the resistance, the immediate resistance. So I'm hoping that it's just a minor pullback to our previous resistances right here, 1, 2, 3, and now support at 20.23. So I hope that holds up, and we shall see. This gap is still not filled, and I hope it does fill it sooner or later for APL. But for now, let's move on to the next one with BSC. What is our story with BSC on our daily time frame? So our daily time frame, the support level held up. We see a massive gap and a push up on the towards the resistance right here at 1.22, as stated right here, 1.22. So we are in this massive range from 1.05 areas, 1.05 area to 1.22, and it's still trying to break that. But today we do see a huge gap up, and hopefully this acts as the new support range now at 1.10 right here to 1.15. I hope that does hold up, and let me just type that 1.10 to 1.15. So hopefully this range holds up as support. So even if we see a pullback right after it hits 1.22, hopefully this serves as a level of support and then continuing its rally on the upside. So hopefully we see a holding of this support level right here, this range, because this one held up. So now we're looking for another level of support. It didn't go down below this too much, so I'm looking at this to be our immediate support for the daily time frame, for the daily movements. But yes, on the 1 hour time frame, we're looking at this to hold as our support. So yeah, that's my BSC analysis and story. So let's move on to ASEN, where we look at our daily time frame. So ASEN is still holding this 7.05 to 7.2 level of support. It's trying to break above the resistance at 7.9. 7.9 resistance is still pretty strong. It wicked in there once, twice, 3 times now, but I'm glad that we're seeing some level of rejection on the downside. Let's go to our 1 hour. So there was a rejection on the downside around this level multiple times at 7.6 to 7.75. So I hope this level at 7.6 to 7.75 holds up, this 1 hour support, 1 hour time frame support, because it really does want to pierce through. It really does want to pierce through above, but we can see here on our daily time frame, it just wicks out for the 3rd time now. But we're hopefully holding this level, 7.6 to 7.75. Hopefully that holds up so that we could continue our rally on the upside right here. So we shall see what happens to ASEN. Good move, good close, positive, wicked out on this range. So up next we have ourselves in MRC. So MRC is indeed holding this level of support from the last time it was at support, the 4.46 level to 0.49. Let me just type that out, 0.46 level to 0.49 level. So that range, this range basically held up, and we see a massive movement from there, a reaction, and it does want to break our 0.57 to 0.59 resistance right here. So it wants to break up. Hopefully it does, so that we see a change in direction from our downtrend right here to potentially slow climb up. And I'm hoping that it pierces through this level of range that we have and close above that, because that will be the comfortable area for us to consider this as a change of direction. But for now, it's holding this range. It's holding this range between 0.49 to 0.59. So That's tough. We shall see what happens. But yes, these are my main two ranges right now. The one you're seeing on the screen. So hopefully it does, the market will do what it wants to do. But for now, let's see what happens. Let me just move that there. So it's definitely with this big move right here from 0.52 close at 0.57 with a positive net foreign. So that's really a good move for MRC. So yes. Up next, let's move on to the next one, which is at Let's go to what is telling us. So it's still holding up this level of support, the range at 6.8 to 7. So I'm considering that as a range because it got rejected here twice, 3 times right now, fifth test of this 7 peso level, and it doesn't, wanna fully, is it 7 peso? 7 point, I don't need to be too exact, but 7.07 there, and 6.8 to 7 point, let's just say 7.1. We'll be more confident to be in that. After we close above 7.1, we could definitely consider this as, broke back into that range and settled in there. But for now, it's still trying to break above, still trying to break through, and we should just be patient. So watch and see where this goes on for us. But it's still maintaining this uptrend. Yeah, slight slope right there. So it's still maintaining that. I won't be surprised if it touches this level first at around 6.7 levels right here on the trend line. But I hope this level of support holds up and we find ourselves, maintaining that price range before trying its, move on the upside. But we shall see what happens for Let's move on to our next one, which is Abba Core. So Abba Core had a range of support right here at 1.1 to 1.2. We had multiple tests of that here in this area, and that's our immediate support level. And we have this immediate level of resistance at 1.35. We are at 1.33, and you see that wick got rejected. So we shall see what happens as it pushes maybe up tomorrow. We saw a 5% gain today, so that's a good one. 5% gain today plus 2 million, so it held up. And if we do see a break on the upside, we're hoping that this level of resistance become a level of support at 1.35 range. So hopefully we go in this range now instead of this lower range, because we've been here for a while. So this is a good test from way down here, tested up here, and then now it's trying to break above. So hopefully it does pierce through and hopefully pulls back right here on our previous level of resistance so that we can see a healthy move for this one. So lastly, we have, what do we have? AR is still holding that range at around, this is the range that I've put on this, 0.0042 to 0.0049, maybe 0.005. So that's a good range already that it's holding, and we shall see what happens on this one, if it wants to move on the upside, or maybe it wants to potentially retest this lower part. So we don't know. We just wait here and see, but definitely we have a clear resistance here tested maybe 4 times now at 0.0063. So we shall see what happens for AR, but for now it's definitely on this range still. So we shall see what happens, and it's still holding up this support level, so that's a good sign. But for now, if we go back to PSEi, just for the recap, I'm hoping that this rejection isn't massive, and I'm hoping that we find some sort of level where a new support will be built, because this is let me just how do you call this? Let me just change this because this might be not accurate. So how do I change that? There we go. Maybe resistance of 7,050 points, 7,100. So that's more accurate. So we do have our resistance right there. We're actually right on it. So 7,080 points. It's still on a resistance right here. Support right here, turn support, turn resistance. So we got wicked out. So all the best to PSE. I don't want it to retry this level at 6,900. Lower 6,900 points. But yeah, I hope the best for PSE, and I hope it stays on this range. This small range is better, and then attempting to potentially break on the upside is the best case scenario. But let's be vigilant here. If something bad really does happen for PSE and pulls back all the way down to this range, so hopefully we find a level of support somewhere here in the middle before rallying again on the upside, because we had a massive rally from first day of February to today. So it's just rallying. Support held here, trying another support turn resistance level right here. So that's a lot of work for PSEi. So for now, that's it for me for the daily top 10, where we analyzed the stocks technically and objectively, and we saw the movement of the prices on each of the stocks. So once again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell after you subscribe. It's there, it's free to do, and it takes you literally seconds to do that. And don't forget to hit a thumbs up on this video if you found something useful. Let's get this video to at least 20 to 25 likes. It helps with the YouTube algorithm of getting it out there and showing it to more people. So yes, I'll see you guys on the next one, but for now, remember to stay patient, be disciplined, and always strive to be more consistent with your trading. So you guys have a good Wednesday and enjoy the rest of the evening.